And thanks for joining us right now for Eyewitness News at 11. I'm Mark Zinni.
And hi, everyone. I'm Erin Connolly. It was a short session, but Democrats say a productive one. They passed a budget with historic tax breaks, and late today, there was overwhelming support for a juvenile justice bill. Chief political reporter Susan Raff is live at the state capitol tonight with a look at the highlights. 1 hour to go, Susan, and boy, did they get a lot done.
1 hour to go, and it will all be over. Yes, this was a short session, but in many ways it was a difficult one, given the pandemic, which created a lot of challenges for lawmakers. But in the end, they came together and passed an historic budget with more than $500 million in tax cuts and some important legislation.
This was not an easy product to come up with.
In the last day of the session, the Senate gave final approval to address juvenile crime. Only one Democrat voted against it.
What you don't want is to create people who are going in and out of our system over and over again. You don't want to increase recidivism.
Senator Gary Winfield supported the bill, but with mixed feelings. A controversial part allows GPS monitoring for repeat offenders. Republicans pushed for it, but wanted more.
We needed to look at truancy and support services. We need better housing.
Lawmakers also passed bipartisan legislation to improve mental health services for children and crack down on the theft of catalytic converters, creating more restrictions on salvage yards and recyclers. But the budget is one people will remember: $600 million in tax breaks, cutting car taxes, property tax credits, child care tax credits, earned income tax credits, and extending the gas tax suspension until December 1st.
I would call it a long and arduous session, but it was a good session relative to the product of work that we got done.
But like most things, there are two sides.
It was a real missed opportunity for the state of Connecticut. We had the ability to give out about $1.5 billion tax relief to residents at a time when we're seeing inflation.
The budget also pays down debt and makes investments.
I love being here.
And on this final day, a farewell from lawmakers not seeking re-election. Around 30 lawmakers are leaving. It may very well be the most ever at one time.
I think COVID played a role. I do. 5 minutes? I do think COVID played a role. I've had people tell me this in my private life who work. I didn't sign up for this. It's different than what it was. And it was a long couple of years.
Next year's legislative session could look a lot different with many new faces, and there's a tradition every year. At the end of the legislative session, the governor usually addresses the legislature at the stroke of midnight. This year, Governor Lamont decided to skip that, and lawmakers say they're okay with that. They're exhausted, and when midnight comes, they'll all be going home. We are live tonight at the state capitol in Hartford. Susan Raff, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, Susan, thank you very much. Now to New Haven tonight, where police are investigating